Peace. Hotep. Assalamu alaikum. What's the other one? Unc Ujasaneb and what it do? Hopefully everybody's having a wonderful day. This is coding class, and I am Aja Ayo Kunle or Baba Ayo Kunle or such and such Ayo Kunle. So this is another virtual class, I guess, or just my voice talking to y'all for right now. I find that this is a much easier and efficient way for all of us to see the videos and all that stuff all at the same time rather than the countdown. So see, I'm evolving, I'm getting better, I'm learning new things, and we're doing it. That's the nature of successful people. So you all try to follow that model as well. All right, so what we're going to do in this class is, and I'm going to make sure y'all can't see my stuff, or you can see my stuff here. Let's see. What am I doing? Right there, man. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to check out a few videos. I want to make sure that we're all on the same page and that we're all using the same verbiage and we know what we mean when we say certain words and whatnot, like course or module or lessons or even Python. I want to make sure that we all know what we're doing and we all know what we're talking about, so that there are no misunderstandings and we can all move ahead with our coding future, even if it's short term, just for this class. But so that's what we're gonna do. We're going to talk about how to download the Python shell. We're going to talk about what is Raspberry Pi. We're going to talk about getting started with the Raspberry Pi, and then we're going to go over the assignments. I posted, I think, 3 assignments ahead, so you all can see exactly what it is that we will be doing in the future. And you won't even have to ask Ajayo Kunle, what's next week's assignment? Because it's already posted. And if you want to work ahead, you are more than welcome to. I will grade them and I will turn them in. Now, to talk about the assignments that I just graded, there were a few mistakes that I think we should all be made aware of so that we don't make them. One, a couple of the assignments that were turned in were not complete. So what you're supposed to be doing is sending me screenshots of the module where all of the lessons are highlighted in green, basically saying that you completed them. I got a couple of screenshots showing the complete module with all of the lessons, but only the initial lesson was done. So just 1 out of 13 or 1 out of 9, whatever module they sent, only the initial or the first lesson was actually complete. And just so we all know what I mean, let me go to Python here, and I think you all can see that for the most part. So I'm going to go to what we're looking here. What we're looking at right now is all of the modules. So we're jumping right into class now. What we're all looking at is all of the modules right now. Okay. So let's say we go back to basic concepts, and so we see. Hopefully y'all can see that. I don't know, but you see all the lessons here. All the lessons are lit up. They're green with the little check mark next to them. This says that all of them have been completed, plus the module 1 quiz or the module quiz, whichever one you're on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. So this is what I need. Now, what I'm showing you now is not completely correct. This is only making the point that all of them need to be done. For you to get the 100%, this is what I need: every single lesson in the module completed. Okay, so let's go back. Now the Python shell is very, very important. We're going to start at the top of my list here. The Python shell is very, very, very important because it allows you to be able to test the code that you just learned, or even just test the concepts that you just learned. It's like having Python right there on your computer, whether it's a laptop or a desktop. You have Python right there at your fingertips, and whatever concept, whatever data type, whatever object or function you learn, you can create your own code right there in your Python shell to see if you've actually learned it, see if that code actually works. Some of the questions are, what would be the output of this code? Answer here. you can test that on the Python shell or within the Python shell to see if you're right. So this first video that we're going to watch is going to be a programmer just describing to us how to download the Python shell. I don't believe we've all downloaded it just yet, so this will be a way for all of us to be on the same page. Like I said, much more efficient, and we'll all be on the in the same book, in the same chapter, on the same page, in the same paragraph, reading the same sentence, and writing the same word. Long metaphor there. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, get it.
Hello guys, in this video I'm going to show you how you can download and install latest version of Python on your Windows 10 operating system. So first of all, you just need to open your favorite browser and search for Python. And the first link which will appear here will be from python.org. You just need to click this link. And in here you can find more information about Python, right? And you can see here Python 3.5.0 is the latest version at the time of making this video, and Python 2.7.10 is the legacy version. Okay, so I'm going to go up here and I can see this download button, and I can choose the Windows option from here. Okay, so just choose this Windows option, and now you can see various options for the installers and web-based installer or executable installer or embeddable installer. So what we want is we want to have this executable installer which is 64-bit. So just click this link which says Windows x86 -64 executable installer. Okay, so just click it and save the executable file. And once your executable file is downloaded, you just need to click on your executable file, and I will minimize the browser. And now our installation setup is started. So you just need to click install now, but before that you just need to check this option which says add Python 3.5 to path. Okay, so just check this option and then click install now. Okay, and it's going to give you this option to provide user account control. You just say yes, and now the installation will start. So now Python has been installed on my system, and I can see this message setup was successful. So I know that Python is successfully installed on my Windows 10 operating system. So I will click close, and then I will go to the start button and then go to all apps here, and in here search for Python. So under P category you can find this Python 3.5. 3.5 is the latest version, so just click this option, and now you can see 4 options here. First is idle, which is, you can say, the GUI version of Python IDE. And second is the Python command line option. So first of all, we are going to open this Python 3.5 command line option. Okay, so just click this option, and it's going to open this Python shell. So to execute some code, you just need to write, for example, you want to print something, you can just call a function called print, and then you use these bracket. After version 3, I think you need to use these brackets in order to print something. Okay, and inside the double quotes you can just write, for example, hello world. Okay, and then click enter, and it's going to print hello world here. Okay, so you know that this shell is working. Now let's see how the idle works in Python, which is Python IDE. So just go to all apps once again, and then go to Python once again, and in here this time you just click idle. Okay, so just click this option and it's going to open this kind of interface. It works almost the same as the shell, but it's more convenient to use. Okay, so in here also, for example, we want to print something, we can just write print, and then in the brackets you can just write your message, for example, hello world. Okay, and press enter, and you can see our output is printed as an output. Okay, one thing is to note here is Python doesn't take semicolon, so you don't need to give any semicolons here. So in this way you can download and install Python on your Windows 10 operating system. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please rate, comment and subscribe, and bye for now.
Okay, so uh, this is another video that I really like. I learned a lot from this guy here. You can take a peek at it at your leisure, but right now we're going to move on. So basically what we just saw there was how to download the Python shell and what the Python shell actually is, basically what I described before. So if you have any questions, make sure you can send me a message in the chat box, or you can shoot me an email at ayoakachi@gmail.com. That's ayoakachi@gmail.com. ayoakachi@gmail.com. And so if you have any questions. So Python shell, wonderful, awesome tool. Definitely download it, and that is actually going to be an easy 100 assignment for you all. Just send me a screenshot showing me that your Python shell was downloaded and that you have it open on your desktop, and that will probably be the easiest assignment ever in the history of coding assignments. Show me that you downloaded something. So after showing you exactly how to download it, so easy A, easy
To be able to
100. Pause, please, pause. I don't want to see you right now. All right, so we're going to keep it moving because at the end of class, I want you all to have an opportunity to continue to work on your modules and knock those modules out. Remember, there are 9 modules total, and within those modules there are specific lessons, specific amount of lessons that we need to get through in order to be masters of our coding Python domain. All right, in order for us to be able to hop out the boat and walk on water to other people who don't know anything about coding, although they use it every single day. A technical term that he used in that video, the guy used in the video, was GUI. He said open the GUI. I don't know if anybody understands what that term means, but it's GUI, meaning General User Interface. This means this is how you interface or communicate with Python. GUI, General User Interface. This is how the user interfaces or communicates with the Python code. So that's a very good term to know, and anybody that's going to do anything with coding, even just having a conversation with folks, GUI is a really nice term to toss out there, and they'll be like, oh, this person really knows what they're talking about. They know what a GUI is. Okay, that's wonderful. Hopefully they don't ask you too many more questions if that's all that you know. So we'll keep it moving. All right, right now we're going to jump to the Raspberry Pi because this is where we're going. This is the focus, and there are so many resources for the Raspberry Pi. It's absolutely redunculous, right? So basically what we can do here, we're going to go to the raspberrypi.org website, and we're going to take a look at a couple of videos here just to kind of refresh our memory and to get us more and more excited and hopefully back engaged if we drifted off to the side because all this coding stuff is so hard. Learning a new language is so difficult. Hopefully this would be like the carrot at the end of the stick, or some other metaphor that means this is your motivation. So we're going to take a look at this video called What is a Raspberry Pi? And we're going to go from there. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's get it.
This is a Raspberry Pi. It's a credit card-sized computer that costs around £25, designed to teach young people to program, and is capable of doing all kinds of wonderful things. Back in the 80s, kids had to learn how to code computers to use them, and as a result, these kids grew up with an inbuilt understanding of how computers work. Now, we need more programmers than ever before. So to deal with this problem, some clever people came up with the Raspberry Pi to reignite the spark. It runs Linux, a free operating system.
Oh my goodness. They hating on us, y'all. Hold on one second. Why they always hating on us? They don't want us to have this knowledge, y'all. That's all right. We're going to get back at it.
This is a Raspberry Pi to use them and work. Now, we need more programmers than ever before. So to deal with this problem, some clever people came up with the Raspberry Pi to reignite the spark. It runs Linux, a free operating system from an SD card, just like the one in your digital camera, and it's powered by a USB phone charger. You just plug in a mouse and a keyboard, connect it to a TV or monitor, and you're ready to go. In schools, not only is Raspberry Pi a great way to learn programming skills as part of ICT, there are also dozens of cross-curricular applications like science and music. And all over the world, people are experimenting with Raspberry Pis and attending Raspberry Jam events, where people of all ages are learning what can be done with a Raspberry Pi. Since the first Raspberry Pi was shipped, we've seen examples of people using the Pi in a variety of amazing and interesting projects, taking advantage of its size, portability, cost, programmability, and connectability. So whether you want to learn to make games, build robots, or even teach a bear to parachute, with Raspberry Pi, the sky's the limit.
Awesome, awesome. So we see that the Raspberry Pi can be used for a whole lot of stuff, right? It's basically a small, like they said, credit card sized computer. Very, very, very convenient. Also very inexpensive, which will be good for the parents, the people who got to come up off them dollars. That will be the most exciting part to them. It's only going to be like ranging between $35 to $100. You can get a Raspberry Pi and or the entire kit that comes along with the Raspberry Pi to be able to build other very, 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 very cool things. And the Raspberry Pi is powered by the program language called Python. Also, I had some really good ideas. You know, Python is also used to make certain video games. You can make video games with Python as well. And so that is something that I will be venturing off into in the near future. So if anybody else wants to master Python, then maybe we can build crazy, ridiculous, awesome video game that'll get 1 million downloads from the App Store and will become zillionaires. You know, that's always wonderful. You know, when you're talking about money, to start it off with that a zillion dollars. That'll be awesome, right? So, all right, let's go down to the next video that I wanted to show you all about Raspberry Pi to make that carrot at the end of the stick even larger or more delicious. I don't know if people like chocolate on their carrots. I don't do that, but if you do, just imagine chocolate on the end of a carrot, and that is this video.
So you've got your first Raspberry Pi, you lucky thing. But now what? Well, fear not, adventurers. I'm here to explain all. The Raspberry Pi is a tiny computer that has the ability to do loads of wonderful things. So, let's take a closer look. You'll probably want to use a mouse or a keyboard. That's what these USB ports are for. Oh, wait! There's also an HDMI port for a display. You can use a monitor or even your family TV. And this is an Ethernet port, so you can connect to the internet. Your Raspberry Pi even has a connector for a special camera module. It can hook up to lots of other devices if you use a USB hub too. So now we've had a look around the Raspberry Pi, let's get set up. First, you're going to need a screen. This can be connected with an HDMI or analog cable depending on the kind of display you're using. Next, a USB mouse and keyboard. A micro USB power supply, like one you'd use to charge your mobile phone, and an Ethernet cable to get online. The operating system runs from a micro SD card, just like the one in your digital camera. You can download your operating system for free from the Raspberry Pi website. If you want to get started even quicker, you can buy a Noob's card which comes preloaded with a choice of operating system for everyone, from beginners to experts. And there you have it. Your shiny new Raspberry Pi is ready for you to boot up and start doing fantastic things. Build an arcade machine. Make a robot. Create music. Fly a drone. Or send your Pi into space. So what are you waiting for? Go on, make your Raspberry Pi do something truly amazing. Oh.
So as you can see, there's a lot of cool things to be done with the Raspberry Pi, and it's also very, very simple to acquire, pay for, get in the mail, and even easier to set up. You just go and you download the operating system at raspberrypi.org. So we got a lot of awesome, great, amazing, terrific, and other synonyms. That we got a lot of good stuff to do in regards to the Raspberry Pi. It's going to be a lot of fun. And not only are we learning, but we're really acquiring a skill that most people just do not have. So, like I said, walking on water type stuff. Now, there were a couple of other videos that I wanted you all to check out. One in particular before we break from the video and begin to actually get back to our work. It's this one. This guy or young lady, I don't know exactly who it is because they don't actually talk in the video, but what they show you is essentially they have created with the Raspberry Pi a security system. It's awesome, 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 and this is some cool stuff. Now listen, if anybody who knows anything about security systems is that adults like to have their homes secure. So if you can make a security system for with a $35 to $100 Raspberry Pi, people will pay lots and lots of money for that. I know I paid for my security system, I think it's like $500 or something like that. I paid quite a bit of money for the security system at my house. So other adults have much more expensive ones. Can you imagine purchasing a $35 to $100 Raspberry Pi and having somebody pay you $500 to $1,000 to $1,500 to $2,000? That's what you call good business. So anyway, check this out. This is the interface of the security system being run by the Raspberry Pi. So you see all what he's clicking on, showing, or see what they're clicking on, showing you. Now he's going to show you something real cool right here with the Raspberry Pi. He can turn that light on. He just clicked enable, and then click disable to turn it off. Turning the light on and off with the Raspberry Pi. Awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. Now look, it's saying the temperature wherever they are is very, very cold. I tell you that. And he's showing you right there. It's really cold. 22 degrees inside, 14 degrees outside. At least it's a little warmer on the inside. Still too cold for melanated folks. That's the sensor. And that's the cable going all the way down to the Raspberry Pi, which is right there. And that's how the Raspberry Pi can tell if a door is open. See? Open or closed. Now it's closed. Open and closed. You see that? Awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. So, there we have it. wonderful things. Make sure y'all go to raspberrypi.org if you get a chance. There will be an assignment about the Python shell. Make sure you download the Python shell the exact way that my friend on the other side of the computer, on the other side of the internet, showed us. Um, and then send me a screenshot showing me that you have downloaded it. Basically, open it, take a screenshot, and then put that screenshot in your Dropbox, and then submit the Dropbox link into the assignment field, and there you will have it. Easy 100 for you. So now we're going to take the rest of this time in class to jump in on our modules and knock out some more lessons. Make sure, like I said at the beginning, that you check your LMS. You see all the assignments that you need to do. You can work ahead if you would like to. I feel like I'm forgetting something that I wanted to share. Am I forgetting something that I wanted to share? That's why I write things down. Yes. Okay. Real quick before we break. Let me move my screen over if I can. Yes, I can. All right. This is how I want you all to submit your assignments when it comes to the screenshots of your modules and of the lessons being checked off. So what we're looking at is the basic concepts module right there. You see my cursor. Basic concepts module, and these are all the lessons 1 through 12, 2 through 12, 3 of 12, 4 of 12, all of them checked off and green, letting Aja Ayokunle know that all of these have been complete and that I am moving on to the next section. So these are lessons within the basic concepts module that is a greater part of the Python course on Solo Learn. Also, keep in mind, you can download Solo Learn to your cell phone. I have the Solo Learn app on my cell phone, and even when I'm rolling around during the week, if I don't have time or opportunity to open up my laptop, I whip out my phone and I'll code on my phone. I'm learning on the go. So, I think that's it. All I wanted to share via video, via teleclass, I guess, if that's a proper term. So I think we're good. Now we'll just go ahead and jump on into our lessons, and we'll go from there. If you have any questions, make sure to email me at I'm sorry, ayoakachi at gmail. It's in LMS, so you can get at me that way, or you can throw something down in the text chat if you need to. So I think we're good to go. So I can't wait to see how far along we make it. Make sure you do the Python shell assignment. Make sure you do all the other assignments. Easy, easy 100s, more so than these grades. And I told y'all this before, more so than these grades, I'm far more interested in and invested in your understanding. I want to make sure that you understand. It's very easy to go through Solo Learn and just click on the multiple choice answers and get through and get you a check mark and whatnot. But if you're not actually understanding, if you're not actually learning, that's public school stuff. That's your Ruhu school stuff. I'm not really interested in that. I want more than the grades. I want to make sure that you all understand what it is that we're having you do, that I'm having you learn here. So when we get our Raspberry Pis, we're not looking at it like it's a cereal box. You know, we just read the sides and the back, but we don't really know how to use it. You know what I'm saying? It's not a cereal box. It's not just some whatever. It's something that we need to be able to understand, that we can use. We understand what the USB ports are. We understand what the video card is. We understand what the Ethernet cable is. We understand all the components of it. We know how to go to raspberrypi.org. We know how to download the operating system. We know what projects that we're trying to complete, which are a lot. After we get that Raspberry Pi, it's going to turn up big time. So anyway, that's what we got going on. Hopefully everyone enjoyed this video, and I will see you or hear you or talk to you via the chat. So thanks for listening, and I will talk to you soon. Have a wonderful day. Happy coding. Peace. Assalamu alaikum. Uncle Jasineb. Holla at you.